Hey guys, welcome in. It's your girl Kat. This is Pure Premonitions. I'm late as always, but I had an event tonight. I went to go watch an amazing pole performance showcase with some of my friends in there. So I had to go out and support. I apologize. It's a late reading, but nonetheless, it's going to be received whenever you guys get it because that's when you needed it. So today is all about love and romance. Let's get started. My tea is cooling down. Excuse you, sir. This is Bogart. He's a boyfriend of mine from a past life, so it makes sense that he would show up for the love reading. Good sir, I love you. Say hello to the crowd, but we need to provide me some space here, so maybe that's coming up for you guys and your love life. A past lover may need to give you some space. Who knows? Okay. I hope my hair is not affecting the mic. We'll see. Let's start with tarot, and then I'll pull the oracle cards as clarifiers. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Ask your questions. What do you need to know about love and romance in your life? Are you single? Ready to mingle? Is there already somebody on your mind? Or maybe you're in a committed relationship and you just want to know some questions, know some answers to your questions. Okay, so ask away. What does my collective need to know? Recent, past, or mind position? This has been coming up in like so many readings. And this time it's in reverse. And you guys see me shuffle. And like, I just did a client's reading earlier today. So I shuffle multiple times. This is crazy. Anyway, Two of Wands in reverse though this time. Last time we had it in the upright position. Okay. So working on some of our own goals. Maybe some fears of the unknown or change are coming up. Ooh, but we have the Magician in the present. We love the Magician. Nope. So we're definitely placing our action towards that. All right, and then Five of Pentacles in reverse. All right, can I get a clarifier on all of these, please? The Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. So I always save my Sunday readings for matters of the heart, but for whatever reason tonight, I feel like there's a lot of energy coming up for our finances and career path, which is interesting, but our oracles will give us a little bit more insight. So what's at hand? What are you guys going through currently in your present predicament, right? Queen of Pentacles, this is such a nurturing energy. So whoever this is referring to, you or your lover, is a very practical and providing partner. They are definitely focused currently on finances and just making sure that they can take care of their family and their loved ones. So Queen of Pentacles is like a doting energy. So she really is caring again for this providing energy. She's always going to make sure everything's taken care of and handled, whether that be in a financial aspect or in an emotional aspect as well. Maybe it's a working parent, somebody who, is definitely able to do both jobs, take care of the household and the career path. But that does mean that there's a lot to juggle, having that crown on her head, right? I read energies, not just genders. So this might be for a masculine out there that you're just picking up on this Queen of Pentacles energy. But nonetheless, it is pertaining to water and earth signs. Okay, cool. Moving on. So, heavy Sagittarius and Capricorn. In our recent past, makes sense. You've been very goal-oriented, trying to work on your internal alignment. So, there's some fears of change. Maybe you're playing it safe because you've got so much responsibility as far as taking care of your loved ones and your family members. And obviously, this is the person who is head of household and making sure that their career is safe and sound in order to get things handled. But this is giving me a sense of unbalance here, because typically in its upright position, it's all about success. Like you've planned for this progress and you're decisive about making important decisions. It's also a travel card. So because it's in reverse, maybe there was a lack of planning here, possibly because you're so preoccupied with a lot of these financial responsibilities, being nurturing to family and career, that you just, were a little bit of lacking in the planning stages. Since it's Mercury retrograde, maybe you do have these travel plans, but something goes a little off course. Maybe the plans are delayed, or you didn't plan properly financially, so you have to be fiscally responsible on this trip because you don't have the finances that are needed there. But I don't feel like there's no scarcity energy just yet. In the recent past, we will be seeing that unfortunately in the future. But yeah, this is letting me know that there was just some kind of lack of planning correlated to some travel. Okay, so bringing it back to the love reading, this is a card of duality. So it's usually a coming together, settling of energies, union, love, like balance. You're able to balance the love life and the career path, or these new ventures, because he's holding the globe. He's got his wand in hand, which is his power source, and he's able to make the right choices and take the action towards these new beginnings, of balancing, again, both love and your successful career path. But because it's in reverse, something just wasn't planned here, or they were playing it safe. Okay. But yeah, again, because of that reverse energy, it's just telling me that there's not union right now, potentially, in the love life. So maybe there's a bit of a separation here. Maybe you're traveling to somebody and it's just prolonged because there's some kind of conflict coming up. Maybe somebody is too preoccupied on their finances in comparison to the love stuff right now. But anywho, bring it to the present moment. We have the Magician in its upright position. I absolutely love this card. It's one of my favorites. It's all about creative manifesting powers. Like, you are the creator of your reality. You are the architect. You get to decide what you call into your life, how you're going to do it. You have the power, you have the skill set, and you also have the clarity in order to make it happen. So you know the right steps to take these plans of action. There's confidence that comes with that, right? When you're holding the wand, like, you've got the power, you know what to do with it. You've already experienced abundance from your abilities, and it's just a matter of keeping that drive of this willpower going and being creative with it, and how do you continue to progress forward, and whether that's in your creative projects or your endeavors financially and in all aspects of life. Like, the abundance is there. So potentially currently you're seeing that you have this power, you have the abundance to create this, or you've, since our Queen of Pentacles was in the upright position, it's letting me know in the past, like, you've been able to manifest and to manage your finances and the career path, and the love with the career path. But there was just some kind of lack of planning or something here. Maybe because the love and the union's just unbalanced, it kind of threw your finances off. Because, unfortunately, in the future position, anytime we see fives in tarot, it's a little bit of turmoil. There's some conflicts happening. It's just letting me know that you're going to be in a period of recovering from some financial loss. So because of this lack of planning, or maybe, again, you didn't foresee how much money you were going to need on these travels, you're going to have to end up spending a little bit more than you were ready to. It could also represent spiritual poverty. Anytime that we experience this lack of love in our life, or, again, there was this feeling of just an imbalance of union. So if you're experiencing a separation currently, it could cut you off from this internal knowing and trust, faith, I should say, within the universe, of just everything going to be all right, and you being protected and provided for in both realms of money and in love. So when you're cut off from that spiritual faith, it's a poverty in a sense. You're feeling a lack. And yeah, we can get in our heads about this, create some strife, and feel a sense of loss, or a sense of a lack of freedom. Like you're kind of held back by this, instability. But a lot of it, this is what's going on, what we're experiencing in the soul. So sometimes we have to go through these dark nights of the soul to experience a rebirth, right? And to recognize that you're never in lack of the spiritual presence. Like, bringing it back to the Magician card, you always have that power. You're always connected to source energy. You just need to recognize that you have to take some actions. There are planning stages before the progress happens, but the manifestation power is there. And for what's at hand, to have the Queen of Pentacles there, like, what you're capable of, that you've done it before, you've been able to handle all of these responsibilities. And I get it, sometimes it's hard, and sometimes we fall into these states of depression or lack or loss when you experience some kind of loss, whether it be financially or in the love realm, and that can get ourselves down. We can be a little disheartened. But what we don't see is that there's light through the window, that there is this abundance on the other side of the wall. It's like a journey. This journey, you're outside, you're kind of feeling like you've been tossed outside, you're in the cold, maybe journeying through these hardships alone. There's some feelings of insecurity again, or a loss. But we're on the way up. It's actually a good thing that this card was in reverse, because it's letting me know that we're recovering from this loss. And there's going to be some kind of charity. Somebody's going to be able to help you. Somebody's going to reach out and be able to improve your situation. An earth sign possibly, or maybe you're an earth sign, a Taurus. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers on this. I only pulled my romance oracle decks, so maybe they'll still tell us something about this financial issue here. But Spirit Guides, can you give us some clarifiers on these? How does this all correlate to my viewers' love life? Since this is their love reading. Can you give me a clarifier on this Queen of Pentacles, this nurturing energy, providing financially? Okay, there's some kind of heart-to-heart conversation that maybe already took place or needs to take place. It says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Yeah, I'm really getting like a working parent vibe here. Maybe you're feeling like you're the parent who's having to take on everything. It was in the reverse position. But the Queen of Pentacles is in the upright position. In this card, in this particular card, we've got some angel guidance. So Cupid energy. Like there's these two angels that are kind of whispering in her ear, the woman's ear, and they've obviously already struck their bow and arrow into the woman. But the man's gaze is turned away. So this is telling me that obviously we haven't had this heart-to-heart conversation since it was in the reverse position. Yeah, so it hasn't happened yet. The man, I feel like, I don't want to, I don't know anybody's specific situation, but this woman is just doting on him, and she's being very nurturing and yeah, she's giving her attention to the masculine. Maybe that took her attention away from her financial responsibilities, and some kind of talk needs to happen in order to get this balance right, because there's obviously in our recent past something going on with the masculine mentally that's creating this lack of union, lack of love, and lack of balance, because this heart-to-heart conversation hasn't happened. Okay, give us a clarifier on the Two of Wands in reverse. Unrequited love. Okay, this definitely makes sense. It's also in reverse though, so let's take everything with a grain of salt. The message from the love angels are there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So the fact that it is in the reversal position might mean a few things. So maybe there is enough chemistry or attraction right now, but somebody, I'm getting more of the masculine vibe based off of this depiction here in the heart-to-heart conversation card. I'm just reading that the masculine has averted his attention. His attention went elsewhere, unfortunately. I hate to tell you this, but whether there was enough attraction or chemistry there to keep that relationship going, currently he brought his attention elsewhere, which does put a lot of emotional and physical and financial responsibility on the feminine. Again, I'm read energies. This could be same-sex relationship, but who's ever more of the masculine or feminine, lean into those messages. So somebody is just not giving the same amount of attention and love to their partner. And because of this, it's making that other person feel like this is unrequited love, and they are now having to put a lot on their plate, because not only are they dealing with this emotional upheaval within themselves that they're not getting this love back in return, but they're also taking care of all of these plans and financial responsibilities for the family themselves. And that's a lot to put on yourself. So that was in our recent past. But then in the present, we have this really positive magician energy ruled by Mercury, any of my air signs. the thing with the Magician is, even though it is a positive card, a manifestation, it's a maybe from the universe, because yes, we have the ability and the power to wield and create our own reality, but are you going to put the action towards that? Or are you being pulled in all these other directions and misplacing this power into other situations that take your energy, right? So can we have a clarifier on that? Again, in reverse, romantic feelings, but in reverse. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So, okay, this is giving one person within this party is self-confident. They recognize that they have the power and they want to put action in towards this. They obviously have these romantic feelings and they are worth exploring. Maybe there is some kind of real connection here. But for whatever reason, one of our parties is not ready to have this heart-to-heart conversation, and it's making their lover feel like this is unrequited love. And even though there are romantic feelings there, they're in the reversal. So somebody's just not ready to explore this just yet. Honestly, I can't even tell you if this is the masculine or the feminine, because I'm receiving a message from Spirit that's saying it's both. You know, again, it's a collective reading, so there's some of you, it might be the masculine energy, some of you, it might be the feminine energy. Somebody is just not ready to explore these romantic feelings yet. It might be too much for them. Again, they had a lot of responsibilities to handle, whether that be with their finances and their career and getting that going, and then also throwing love into the mix. It just might be overwhelming for them. So this is making your other person feel like this is unrequited. But can we have another clarifier on this Five of Pentacles in reverse, please? So at least we have a recovery. There's some kind of a religious factor. Remember how I said spiritual poverty? So it says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, this adds another factor into the mix. Maybe somebody's feeling this spiritual poverty because their person's pulling away. Maybe you guys don't have the same faith. Maybe you guys come from different religions and or social backgrounds. Yeah, there's some kind of... We're recovering from the loss. So whatever this was, we're recovering from the loss. But we're still like over-exaggerating it in our minds. Somebody's an overthinker. Yeah, this has to do with like faiths just not being of the same nature, and maybe some person is thinking like, damn, yes, I have these romantic feelings for this person, but should I not give in to this because we obviously don't see eye to eye on our faith? And then that's making your other person feel like this is unrequited. But they're definitely, for our what's at hand position, there needs to be this heart-to-heart conversation, and it just hasn't happened yet. So for some of you, this might be a recovery from a financial loss, and others, you're recovering in the sense of this spiritual poverty. Like you're kind of at a loss on a soul level, because why would we be attracted and have these romantic feelings for a partner if we're not of the same faith? But love is love. Love is blind, right? We never know who we're going to fall for, and just because we have a different upbringing and different beliefs doesn't mean that you shouldn't explore this love. Okay, interesting. More clarifiers. Can I please have some messages of insights on these cards? I need an insight message for this heart-to-heart conversation that hasn't happened yet, please. What is the Queen of Pentacles message? friendship. Second time I pulled this today. This came up in my client's reading too. Okay. Friendship. This connection is based on friendship and may never develop into romance. Maybe for part of the collective, somebody, that's why it's unrequited love. Somebody is just feeling that it's a friendship connection and it's not a romantic connection. Interesting. But for others, you know, maybe it's just saying that you've got to be practical about this, and your nurturing energy is needing to be focused on a foundation of friendship first, because you've got a lot of other financial responsibilities and family responsibilities. So that needs to happen before you can even think of love. Okay, thank you for that. Can I have another clarifier on this unrequited love? Is somebody playing it safe? Is there a fear of the unknown? Or what's up with this lack of planning that leads towards this spiritual poverty, or a need for recovery of financial loss? This is crazy. I shuffle all the time. Wow. Okay, you guys. I just had to teach some of my clients about the twin flame connection. Crazy, absolutely crazy. So in the recent past, this fear of the unknown, yeah, somebody had to do some internal alignment. They ventured off on their own personal goals. I feel like they were scared of this love. Remember, the unrequited love card was in the reverse position. So it's letting me know that for the majority of this collective, it is requited love, but somebody's scared of it. They're just not, maybe the attraction, the chemistry is too strong, and they're scared of it. For others, yes, this is just a friendship and it's unrequited love. But for my twin flames, you guys, this is just classic runner-chaser dynamic. Trust the magnetic pull of your twin flame. It will guide you towards them. So, who's ever scared and who's playing it safe, get back on track. Remember, the Two of Wands was in reverse, so we are imbalanced right now. You're not in union. Remember, I said there's a separation. There's a lack of love because somebody's running. Somebody is totally running, and they're trying to just stay focused on their personal goals. And they're playing it safe. Totally. But that's making your partner feel like it's unrequited love, even though it isn't. There is love here. This is obviously only going to correlate to the part of the collective who knows that they have a twin flame union, that they have met their match. This goes beyond soulmate connection. This is like the other half of your soul. You know it. When you first met them, there was just this instinctive pull towards your partner that you just can't explain. You absolutely had to discover who they were, and that flame is ignited. So if that correlates and resonates with my collective of the twin flames, then that's, yeah, in the recent past, you're feeling that it was unrequited. But I think really they just needed to have a moment to do some internal alignment. Okay, can we have a clarifier on the romantic feelings in the reversal with this magician? Window. Remember what I said about the window, that there's abundance and light through the window. A new adventure in love is coming. Get ready. I love it. Pink roses might mean something. Pink and white roses. Cathedral windows. We've had two cards with cathedral windows. Actually, 3. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So there's a window here. There's a window of opportunity currently. Somebody is just scared of these romantic feelings that were in reversal, but they're real and they're worth exploring, you guys. There's this window of opportunity. There's a new adventure in love, and you got to get ready. You manifested this. You wanted this. Why are you scared of it? But remember, it's maybe, because this is all about a beginning of new projects, new adventures, new endeavors in every realm of abundance, love, career, finances, right? But you have to make that choice. You have to put action in towards it. It's a magician. It's spell casting. You have to put the action in towards manifesting what you desire in your life. So if you desire abundance, it comes in total, right? It might come in one realm of your life and then the other. But if you're tapping into this abundance mindset and feelings of finances, then love will follow. Vice versa. If you really want love, then the love and the career and the success is all going to come too once you are open and ready to receive abundance. It's of the same energy. I mean, look at how much flowers here. God, like they all correlate. So look at all of the flowers growing. That's growth. The window of opportunity is open. There's so much growth here within this adventure of love. It's telling you to get ready. It's really prepping you. And then look at all of the roses here as well. Look at all of them. There's so much abundance of roses. That's love, growth through this union. What are these religious factors? Or it might not just be religious. It might be culturally something. The right path. Love is a beautiful journey, and you're on the right path. Wow, gorgeous. Yeah, we're venturing out into this emotional unknown, right? A few of our cards, we're looking out towards the water. So it's telling me that, at least one of the parties is willing to dive into this emotional unknown. They want love, they're trying to seek it, they want to go for it, and they're walking towards that path. But the other person is just still slightly in this fearful state. They're just trying to either strictly focus on themselves and finances, or they're playing it safe, or there's just a lot of other factors at hand. Again, you might come from different places, have different religious backgrounds or viewpoints. But just because you think that that's going to influence this connection doesn't mean that there isn't a beautiful spiritual lesson here that you guys can learn from one another. Remember, you feel like there's this spiritual lack or spiritual poverty, but we're in recovery of that. You guys will learn that this, in fact, could bring you closer together. 3344 on the timer as I say that. Yeah. Especially for my twins, 3344. Come on. You guys are twins. That's a doorway. Anytime I see multiple numbers next to each other, it's like 1111. Like the doorway is there. The window is open. This is your path. It's the right path, but you have to be willing to walk it. We all have freedom of choice, right? So both parties have to get on that right path. I'm going to take a sip of tea because I feel like I've been talking for 30 minutes. Cheers. And it's probably chilled too much now. That's okay. I like a cold tea as well. I did chamomile and ginger because I like to settle my belly at the end of the night. Yummy. Oh, one more message from the universe. It says, bring me in the sunset in a cup. Oh, excuse me. Bring Me the Sunset in a Cup by Emily Dickinson. Bring me the sunset in a cup. Love that. A few of our cards have the sun on there. So, like I said, there's sun shining through this window. Okay, message. I always like to do just some fun stuff I throw into the love readings. So, can we get a message from our... This is so funny. There's bite marks on my cards, and that's my cat. Gotta love her. Can we get a message for the collective? I want to pull 3. What does their lover in the 5D want to tell them? So whether they're conscious of their feelings or not, because remember, somebody's scared of this. Somebody's playing it safe. What does their lover deep down on a soul level want to tell them? What's the message for my viewer from their lover? Your intelligence is so hot. I love that. Okay. See? It's picking up on that Queen of Pentacles energy. They see how nurturing you are, how well you're able to provide. And they definitely see you as a partner that could, that just has it all together and is able to take care of the family. That's big. Your intelligence, your brain, your mind is hot to them. And it's in the mental position. So yeah, they're definitely mentally always thinking about how your mind works. They like it. It's hot. And then this is the universe's message to you. I want to make you smile. See, the universe is providing abundance. It's saying that this is the right path. They are providing you a love that will make you smile. But you have to be reciprocating of this energy. You have to recognize that you are in the magician's position. You're the architect of your own universe. You have to have this self-confidence and this clarity and the willpower to know this is what you want and to accept it. Because right now your lover feels like this is unrequited. But your lover wants to make you smile. The universe wants to make you smile. Why are we fighting that? Don't you want to smile? Okay, and then what do you really feel? Our person who's ever feeling this playing it safe energy, who's ever not so sure about this, whether for whatever factors, the religious stuff, they've just got a lot on their plate financially, career-wise, and with the love. What do they really feel in this love connection? You brought the life back into my life. You brought the life back into my life. This is so true for any twin flame connection. I truly feel like this is my purpose now, that I'm meant to bring twin flames together in union. Your twin wants you to know that you brought them back to life. They were probably feeling dull before they met you. They were in this spiritual lack, this spiritual poverty, and even maybe financial poverty too. They just didn't see this abundance outside through that window that's open. They just couldn't see the light yet. But then they met you, and all of this changed. And that change is really, really scary in the beginning. I could see how it's overwhelming for a lot of people. So it's, definitely makes sense that they just weren't prepared for it. But the universe is telling us, spirit guides are saying that this is the right path. There are romantic feelings here. we need to get on the same page so we're not feeling that it's unrequited love. And you're the architect of your own reality. Like, we just need to both step into this Queen of Pentacles energy and be nurturing to each other. And then you guys will both support each other in all of your goals and whatever is going on internally. You guys can plan and prep together, and you're going to find these solutions together and improve with one another. Another sip. Mysterious things I see. The tea is green today. I love that. Green energy. That's the heart space chakra. Yummy. I just got a flower. Okay, ask your questions for the tea too. What's our advice? What's our advice for the viewer? These are our angel numbers. So angels, what is the advice for our viewer? Ooh, sticky. Oh, and they flipped. Okay, I'm going to pick up the first one that flipped. 5555 energy. There's clarity here. Totally. You see it. The viewer knows. There's great transformation within this connection. Major changes are happening. You've got opportunities. It's going to be fast-paced forward and progress. This is a process, though. You aren't a victim of circumstances. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. 2. It boils down to a 2, which is union. Coming together in union. My twin flames, this is our journey. This is our lifetime. We're bringing it in. Okay. Can we have advice for the couple? Advice for both of them from our spirit guides. 222. Alignment and union again. Can't make this shit up. Connections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties. Yeah, somebody's got family. Balance, life choices, compromise, commitment, and trust. How do you move forward towards your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. So follow your interests if it's piqued by something, and following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. Yeah, this is first going to stem from friendship, and then it becomes this romantic relationship. Some of you might be blending families or balancing that with the different religious factors or different cultural upbringings. But these are all life choices. You have to handle and deal with these things, even if you guys were perfectly in alignment right from the beginning. There's always going to be compromise, but there is a commitment coming, and there's trust within this. So 222. 6 is a number of love. So this is definitely union. This is definitely twin flame energy. There's clarity here. There's alignment. Okay, what's advice for the person on my viewer's mind? 333. How did we get some of the best angel numbers? Okay, support. You are supported by your angel guides. The universe would never not support you. Of course, if you're feeling that this is the right path, then this is your right path. even if there's challenges, even if there's different factors at play that make it seem like it's impossible or challenging. You're supported. There's growth here. There's creativity. There's joy. There's community. There's vision and talents. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of completeness. And competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. I love that. We have an artist in here in the collective. Very beautiful. There's growth through this connection. You guys are going to be creative together. Maybe you're both very talented. Interesting. 9 is completion. So, yeah. You guys coming together is what's going to lead you towards the ultimate contribution to your community. And that's what this twin flame journey is all about, really. To not just come together for a love union, but to do this for the collective. So you've got, big things ahead of you guys. But there's alignment here. There's clarity. You're being supported. Cheers to that. Okay. What does my collective need to know? Any last messages? This is a pretty long reading. I might separate this, so just so you know. What does the collective need to know? Yeah, there's a lot of love here, for sure. And like this week. Not right now. So like, yeah. Okay, so let's start here. You guys are in separation, for sure, for sure. You're going to be in separation, like physical separation, I think till the middle of the month, or even next month. It could be two months. I feel like December, though, it ends. That we have some leaves going straight through. So at the end of the month or the end of next month. But within a month or two, separation does end. I'm going to kind of hop around a little bit. Right now, I'm pretty sure I'm picking up on the viewer's energy. Yes, you're feeling love, but it's not, again, you're not feeling like it's requited. So all of the leaves are just pushed to one side and they are outside the heart. So you're seeking this validation, these heartfelt, affectionate feelings externally, and you're just not receiving them right now, or else they'd be on the heart and they'd be in the current timeline. But they're scattered throughout the next month and next month. They're very seldom, though, I'm not going to lie. So it's letting me know that this separation is going to last a little bit longer, and maybe you're going to have some kind of communication, because we do have a letter from the heart, so some kind of communication in the same timeline that separation is severed. I'm getting at the end of November or into December. But then the messages stop again. So I feel like we're getting a hot and cold energy, which is why we're feeling like it's unrequited. But then they come back again. You get a bigger message at the end of the month. It could be end of November, could be end of December. There's just some kind of difference of opinion. Yeah, one person is obviously feeling like they're in love and they want to go forward with this. The other person is just, again, all the leaves are pushed to one side. So it's one person's just feeling like they they're not sure. They're probably scared of this energy right now. You guys are not on the same page currently. No, there's no social gatherings. There's like tiny little bit of leaves, so I'm not feeling like you guys are going to come into physical gathering within the next 2 months. So I think that separation, excuse me, that separation remains physically for the next 2 months, but you do at least begin communication again within a month or two. This person is just scared. Yeah, they're not. We have nothing under the heart key, so it's like they're not willing to open up that door just yet. There's there's 3 tiny little leaves, one significant one, but they're still all tiny. So it's like these little tiny parts of them inside that they know that this could be a start to something new, but they don't want to turn that key. They don't want to open it yet, even though the window is showing some light through there. They're not ready to open the door just yet. Yeah, we are definitely into this spiritual poverty moment, and the issue with the differences of faith, because we've got nothing under the church placement, and that could correlate to anybody's faith. It's just like the place of faith. So we're just feeling this lack of spiritual trust, lack of spiritual downloads, or lack of a literal connection spiritually in our faith position. So you guys, that is telling me, clarifier on that card, you guys are coming from different backgrounds and different faiths. But there's hope. There's a few leaves at the end of the month there. So I feel like, something opens up in somebody and is spiritually awakened. It's tiny, but it's enough to be like, maybe we could work with this. Your person is just focused on themselves. We've got 3 significant leaves, and they're trailing down directly straight down underneath the apple in the middle of the month. So end of November into December, they are just trying to not look at anything else but focusing on bettering themselves and not really giving this energy into this relationship just yet. One or both parties has a lot of financial responsibilities. Just clarifiers on those cards too, of handling things with the family matters. This is the time of holiday season, so I feel like they're just kind of scattered mentally, focusing on the practical things rather than thinking love is important right now. But the seeds have been planted with that. This is correlated together, so maybe they're going to talk to a family member who tells them that, maybe it doesn't matter that you guys don't have the same religious backgrounds. This could be positive. There's some kind of seeds being planted here, that this could be fertile, that this could be a good growth period, a good step forward to look into this love relationship. I'm not picking up on physically anybody actually being fertile pregnant wise, because I think we're still in that separation period. If you're not doing the deed, you can't, unless there's some Mary energy here, but I don't believe that's the case. Could be correlated, could be a family member that's slightly jealous of this connection, or a friend, and they've kind of spewed a little bit of negativity and led you in the wrong direction. Because we do have that sprinkled. It's light, but it is sprinkled throughout the next 2 months. So that's probably why your partner's still in separation from you. They're getting some misguidance from somebody who's got some toxic energy. Somebody's jealous, or somebody's not thinking that this is a good connection for whatever reason, they're telling you not to explore that. Yeah. There's not much progress up this mountain of love for all of November, but into December, there is more progress. And it's the same exact timeline when that separation is severed. So whenever you guys do start to come back into contact again, it's really good. Progress is being moved forward. But there's hot and cold energy. Somebody runs away again, I'm sensing. The progress slows down in the end of December. So hopefully by the new year, they'll get it together. Almost the same timeline. They're feeling this dedication or progress with the torch. Like they know that something was ignited. They know that emotionally this could have progressed in a good direction, but it's scattered again all towards one side, or you know that it could have been progressing positively after you felt that ignition of this connection, but one person wants to make progress, the other person doesn't. It flips. So I feel like when this separation ends and somebody reaches out to you, the energy flips. Maybe you've kind of had it and you're like, well, dude, you've been ignoring me forever, and you're making me feel like this was unrequited. And now they're coming in and now they feel this spark and they feel this dedication or progress. But now you, the energy flips, are like, I don't know, should I jump into this? And then that's when that separation happens again. So maybe it flips. Maybe you're the one who creates this second separation. I mean, maybe it's more than your second one, but you never know. Okay. As far as planetary alignment, we have very little leaves on. In fact, no leaves are directly on the 4-leaf clover. So you're both feeling like this is not a very lucky situation you're in, but there is luck externally. So it's letting me know spiritually your angels are at work, your spirit guides are at work, your higher selves are at work, and there is good luck and connection and romantic feelings around this union, but you guys are just both not feeling or seeing that just yet. There is a lot of scattered star energy. So this is a wish fulfillment. Like, it's telling me that the union will happen. It's just not right now because it's within a few months' time. So I'm reading 1 to 3 months. This union can come back in. We have, there's a new beginning here for sure. Because we've got the sun. It's good energy. It's positive. It's happiness. But it's correlated. It's on the sun, outside of the sun, and overlaps into the star energy. So this wish fulfillment, this new beginning, this new energy of success and happiness within the relationship, and remember, all aspects of your life of abundance, does occur, but it's when both parties are willing to see this light that's being shined on this star, this wish fulfillment, and recognize that this is a wish fulfillment, that you guys can start this new thing, this new beginning together. There is also crescent moon energy, so it means social success. It's a little bit overlapping on the star too. So they're seeing you. I feel like they're seeing you progress in life. They're seeing you be responsible and handle all of your things, and that could probably bring them back in. They're like, wow, whether they're watching it on social media or in whatever you do, or maybe you're giving them little updates when you guys do come out of separation, and they're recognizing that. They see that star energy, that quality within you. There is some Mars energy, so yeah, same thing with the snake. Like there's somebody to be weary of who's trying to make this wish fulfillment not to happen. I'm getting like family member vibe. Maybe family member just thinks that they know what's best for you and just trying to keep you away from it, or could be a friend just guiding you in the wrong direction. I always say don't let external people into your relationship matters. Your friends don't know your connection. Your family doesn't know your connection. They don't know what you're feeling. They don't know what you guys think. They don't know what you've experienced together. They will always project their own experiences onto your relations. So keep that separate. We do have Mercury, and our journey's happening, and it's correlated directly to this wish fulfillment. So it's in a straight line heading towards that 4-leaf clover. Like, once somebody is ready, they will choose to take this journey with you and lead towards this wish fulfillment, and it will be surrounded by good luck, but they have to be ready to make this choice. Not much will be lost here. There's like tiny, tiny little leaves on Saturn. Oh, excuse me. No. Oop, different placement. Saturn's got heavy leaves. Something of value will be lost here, which definitely correlates back to that recovery of financial loss. Somebody's making a choice. Somebody loses out on some money or something of value. Again, it might be spiritually. Maybe somebody chooses to convert religions for their lover, and that seems like a big spiritual loss, but in the end, it's a spiritual gain, right? You have to create space for the unknown to create more abundance and love and light. You never know. But yeah, something big actually is going to be lost. But again, you get something better in return for that. Okay, what I was reading was Jupiter's energy, that there are leaves there, but they're smaller leaves, and that's a decision that needs to be made. That's letting me know they're not ready to make this decision. They're not ready for it yet. But they will. It's just in time. Yeah. As of right now, for the next couple of months, there's barely anything on Venus. It's outside of Venus. There is a leaf that overlaps with that Saturn energy. So something of value has to be lost before you can come into this union. Yeah, somebody has to make that important decision to go on this journey with you. And I feel like it's big. Like, they have to convert, or they have to put their beliefs to the side to recognize that this union and connection is worth more than whatever their family members think, or friends, or religion. But you guys can't come into this union until that's out of the picture. All right, guys, that was over an hour. Never fails. I hope that resonated with you. We've got 5555, 222, and 333 as our angel numbers. I'll put them in the description at the bottom. I truly hope that all of my readings have been connecting with you guys and they find the right people. I'm so blessed to announce that there is yet another twin flame union out there. So happy. I hope you guys figure it out sooner than later, and that this separation doesn't last too long. All right, guys. Again, this was Pure Presence. I'm your girl, Kat, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. See you then.